joined by 11-time All-Star Cora Staunton. Cora, you were extremely busy. You were at the All-Stars last night. You had club training this morning, so thanks a million for joining us tonight.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Well, of course, you're at the All-Stars and you earned your 11th All-Star award, which makes you tied with Mary Jo Curran of Kerry.
Yeah, delighted obviously. That's the individual awards at the end of a long season are always very nice to pick up. Especially when it's been a tough end to our season with Mayo. We're still involved in club championships, so the season is really running with our club. Carnacon, we're out next weekend in the All-Ireland Club final. But yeah, it's lovely to pick up the award last night personally, but also for my two teammates that picked them up, and it was their first award. Our captains here, Tierney, getting the full-back slot, and Aileen Gilroy, our midfielder, as well, getting her award her first time. And also the girls who were nominated, two club mates of mine, Fionn Michaela, Martha Carter and Sarah Rowe. And it's great for them to get nominated, and obviously for the girls to get the awards. It's a nice kind of thing to get at the end of a very tough season.
Just talking about Mayo, it has been a mixed year for you, because obviously you lost the Connacht final to Galway. You had quite a heavy defeat. Then Peter Leahy came in and joined your management team, and I suppose at the start of the year, if people from outside of Mayo were to say that Mayo would be in an All-Ireland final, they wouldn't really believe it. Donegal were going really well at the start of the year. They were tipping them to be in the All-Ireland final, and then of course Cork, they thought that they would have a comeback. So you were underdogs going into the Cork game and the Donegal game. So I suppose you did have success in turning over them two big teams, but of course you fell short at the finish line.
Yeah, I suppose when you look back overall, yeah, it's a disappointing in the regard to the Connacht final and losing to Galway and losing so heavily. I think the Connacht final, because it's Mayo Galway, the matches always kind of take on a life of their own, and they're very difficult. Form kind of goes out the window, and you could beat each other in any given year. But obviously after that we had a bit of a change in management. Peter Leahy from Westmeath came in, and we also had another guy from Mayo, Niall Heffernan, come in, and just a few things were changed. The training and our training load was actually upped, and we were training a bit more, and I suppose that gave us a bit of confidence. And we knew going into the Donegal game we were massive underdogs, but Donegal were probably being a bit hyped up in the media during the year. It was they'd never reached an All-Ireland semi-final at senior level, while Mayo had been there quite often. So going into that game, I suppose we were, going in not really more in hope than anything, that we know we'd been performing well at training, and we just went out and just, put the ethos in the team. We're working hard, and leave everything out on the pitch, and thankfully we've done that. And then obviously we moved on to Cork 2 weeks later, and that was even a huge bigger challenge, and we had I think it's 10 or 11 times All-Ireland champions that we were facing. That was, for a lot of the younger girls, it was very daunting, and would never have beaten Cork at any level. So yeah, went out to that game, and obviously had a great performance under our belt that day, and that was a huge win, and probably a huge win. And when you look at it overall in the season, especially for our younger girls, and obviously to the final, we haven't really had much time to think back and look back at it or analyse the match, but we were disappointed that we never really performed, and they never got out of the blocks, bar maybe the first 15 or 20 minutes, and things from there kind of just, we never got going, and the best team won on the day in Dublin were our worthy champions, and I just don't think that we done ourselves justice on the day. But these experiences, especially to younger players in the team and as a group, you'd hope would stand to them. I know myself, when we lost the All-Ireland in 2001 and 2007, they always stand to you, and they always make it maybe a little bit hardened, and obviously that happened to Dublin. They lost 3 All-Irelands in a row to Cork, and finally they won this year, and that's a heartbreak for them, but it makes you a bit stronger, it makes you probably a bit more resilient, and hope for 2018 with Peter now at the helm that the girls will go forward, and these experiences will make them better players and a better team.
Well, of course, there will be without you for the league, and there will be, I suppose, the Carnacon girls will be taking a break after the All-Ireland final next week. You're facing in to Mourneabbey. They lost 2 All-Ireland finals in the last 3 years, so it's going to be a tough test, but I'm sure one that you're really looking forward to.
Yeah, I suppose any time is great. I'm very lucky. I come from a very successful club, probably one of the best ladies football clubs in the country in past 2 decades. We've won a huge amount within Mayo and Connacht, and we've won a lot within with All-Ireland titles as well. So it's a great thing to go back. After losing to Dublin on the Sunday, I was back club training on the Thursday night, and it's great to go back in a county semi-final on the Sunday. And it just, while the defeat to Dublin and the pain of losing at All-Ireland doesn't go away, it's probably put on hold for a while. And we've been on a bit of a journey really since we went to a county final the week later, and then we went 2 weeks later, we went to our Connacht semi-final, and then I went off to Australia for a week and came back and played a Connacht final, and then a Connacht final replay. Had a week in between a Connacht final replay and an All-Ireland semi-final, and now we're gearing up for an All-Ireland final. So yeah, it's huge for the club. Again, it's 4 years since we've been in an All-Ireland final. In 2013 the last time, in 2013 the last time we've won. So yeah, it's big for the club. While we've a lot of the same faces around for the last decade and more, we've a lot of youth brought in this year, and younger girls brought in this year. And I think at a count we have, I think, about 14 or 15 girls 18 and under, which is great for the club. Obviously we've girls on the other side of the spectrum in their 30s. So yeah, there's a good mixture of youth and balance there. And yeah, Mourne Abbey is going to be a massive test for us. They're new to us, like McCartney's the last two. We don't know very much about them. We haven't played them before, so there's no massive rivalry there between the two of us. Obviously they've their established stars, and the O'Sullivans, Kieran Duran, who play for Cork, and they have obviously their sisters are on the panel as well, and then they've Breed O'Sullivan, no relation to them, but she's another Cork inter-county footballer, so they're sprinkled with stars all over. So it's going to be a huge test for us. Obviously they're trying to reach the holy grail within club football, and having won an All-Ireland. We're going for me personally and for the club, we're going for our sixth one. Some of the girls are going for their first, so maybe we have that, maybe a little bit of experience of getting over the line in All-Ireland final day, but it's going to be a huge task, but one we're really, really looking forward to.